This is a tale of corruption and redemption. The sun rose high over the fictional town of Nguvu Mali, bathing its vibrant streets in a golden light. The air was thick with anticipation. It was the day of the swearing-in ceremony for the new mayor, Baraka. Crowds gathered in the town square, a kaleidoscope of vibrant fabrics and faces filled with hope. The townspeople had voted for Baraka, believing that he represented the change they desperately needed. Baraka stood tall on the podium, with a charismatic smile plastered across his face. He was a handsome man, donned sharply in a tailored suit, the fabric shimmering in the afternoon sun. The excited murmurs of townspeople reverberated through the square. He raised a hand, motioning for silence. Fellow citizens of Nguvu Mali, Baraka's voice resonated deep and confident. Today marks a new beginning for our beloved town. Together, we will eradicate poverty, improve education, and ensure that every child has a chance to thrive. Cheers erupted from the crowd as they rallied behind his promises, unaware of the lurking storm behind his ambitious words. As days turned into weeks, Baraka quickly shifted gears. His focus wasn't on the welfare of the citizens, but rather on exploiting his newfound power. His office, once a promising place of civic engagement, became a hub of favoritism and bribes. His first order of business was to associate with other corrupt officials. On that very day, he signed contracts with companies known for their shady dealings. The people of Nguvu Mali began to notice increasing taxes, without receiving any improvements to roads, schools, or hospitals. Rumors of Baraka's extravagant expenditures whispered through the alleys, causing discontent to simmer. Among the whispers in the market, a group of citizens, representative of the town's spirit, began to gather. Led by an elderly woman named Amani, they shared their frustrations. "It is time we hold him accountable," Amani declared with fierce determination, her voice rising above the murmurs. "We cannot let this corruption chain us down any longer." As the voice of the people grew louder, a clash ensued. A faction of officials supported Baraka's questionable practices, turning a blind eye to the blatant mismanagement and suffering of the citizens. These officials, an assembly of opportunists, thrived in the chaos Baraka created. Conflicted, some of Baraka's former supporters, including the idealistic young councilman Juma, began to question their loyalty. Juma witnessed firsthand how funds meant for public health were disappearing into Baraka's pockets. One day, in a dimly lit corner of the council office, Juma confronted Baraka. "Mayor, this isn't right. The people are suffering because of your decisions." "Nonsense," Baraka snapped, his calm demeanor melting into frustration. "These people are small-minded. They don't understand the complexities of leadership. Power like this doesn't come without sacrifices." It was a pivotal moment for Juma, who stood at the crossroads, whether to remain silent or fight for the values he once held dear. The tension in Nguvu Mali reached a boiling point. Amani and the citizens organized peaceful protests, demanding transparent governance and financial accountability. Banners adorned with messages of hope filled the streets, and the once cheerful air became charged with urgency and purpose. Baraka, however, chose to retaliate by intimidating the protesters. He hired thugs to threaten them, hoping to squash the uprising before it gained momentum. Yet, Amani's spirit only intensified the resolve of the townspeople. From the corner of the protest, Juma watched as the mayor's actions descended further into chaos. He saw the fear in the eyes of the citizens, a reflection of the hopelessness connected to poor leadership. In that moment, he decided to switch sides. The citizens, fortified by Juma's defection, rallied stronger than ever. The struggle for justice progressed, with citizens demanding an audience with the mayor. As they marched towards Baraka's office, the town shook with the sound of drums and chants for accountability. Baraka, sensing the tide had turned against him, summoned the other officials to gather for an emergency meeting. "We must shut this down before it spirals out of control," he urged, desperation creeping into his voice. But it was too late. The citizens entered the office, led resolutely by Amani and Juma, unafraid of the repercussions. They presented overwhelming evidence of corruption, mismanaged funds, and the widespread suffering intolerable beneath Baraka's reign. A confrontation ensued. "You promised us better lives, Mayor." Amani's voice pierced the air. "Your greed has ruined this town. The people deserve justice, and you must answer for your actions." The crowd's anger simmered as Baraka, once confident, now stood exposed, trapped in a web of his own making. The citizens' fearless stance began to crumble his facade, and one by one, even his supporters reconsidered their loyalties. Realizing the inevitable outcome, Baraka attempted to bargain. "I can change. Just give me time," he pleaded. In the shadow of his deception, Baraka finally resigned face down by the community he had betrayed. Nguvumali endured a harsh winter of redemption before the sun shone once more. With Baraka gone, Amani was chosen to lead the transformation. She championed for new leadership, one rooted in accountability and transparency. Gradually, Nguvumali began to heal. The citizens learned a powerful lesson. Governance required vigilance, and ethical leadership was essential to lift the community. As Nguvumali embarked on a new chapter, the echoes of their former mayor lingered in their hearts, a reminder that the spirit of the community triumphs over corruption when united in action. In the end, the town's laughter returned, mingled with the knowledge that they possessed the power to hold anyone accountable, ensuring such a tale of betrayal never repeats itself. The dawn of a new era was theirs to cherish.